So with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming out, I'm working on the Pokemon Tree of Evolution and changing a couple things around. Ghosts are going to be a big part of this, and looking at Spiritomb, it's hard to know what it relates to biologically. But thanks to a theory from one of you over in the Discord server, thank you, a guy named Steven, I now know that Spiritomb is most closely related to Typhlosion. Hey Pokemon Masters, Spiritomb here, and this theory, this quick little mini theory, is not complete nonsense. In my last video where I was saying I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel, I asked for your help in coming up with Pokemon Legends Arceus related theories, and if you have any, by the way, the community Discord is a great place to share them. Feel free to tag me in them, or feel free to send them over email to bugkeepertoby@gmail.com. And there are lots of great conversations going on out there, including the relationship between Arceus and the Unknown, and Miss Kogita and the Ancient Retreat, and everything else. But this one is, I just thought, brilliant, and thank you again, a guy named Steven, for recommending this to me. This is the relationship between Spiritomb and Typhlosion. I don't know how I missed this. Spiritomb is obviously a pretty enigmatic, unusual. It's a very weird Pokemon. First coming to us in Diamond and Pearl, it's known to be made up of 108 angry, vengeful spirits that haven't been able to leave the real world, bound to an odd keystone, and that's all we really know about it. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, there is a giant odd keystone standing over a shrine in the game in the Crimson Islands, but other than that, we really don't know much about Spiritomb. We don't even know if the spirits it's talking about are the spirits of dead Pokemon or the spirits of people. We do get a little bit of extra lore in the game Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, in which a Spiritomb can be found in the old Sea Marvel, a now abandoned site where the gym leader of the Electric Gym, Watson, used to be part of a research project that was working on an apocalyptic bunker and Pokemon technologies for the Hoenn region to spare them should Omega Groudon and Alpha Kyogre ever show up and try to wreak havoc. And they developed these technologies, according to the notes, in a very dark way by extracting the life force, the infinite energy of Pokemon and people. And they mentioned that they have an odd keystone on loan from the Oorberg mine, which suggests that it may well be the life force of Pokemon that are bound to this odd keystone. But other than that, we know nothing about Spiritomb. But now, here in the Hisui region in Pokemon Legends Arceus, we get some extra lore when we look to Hisuian Typholsion.
Said to purify lost and forsaken souls with its flames and guide them to the afterlife.
And then Professor Laventon, who is the writer of this, then adds,
I believe its form has been influenced by the energy of the sacred mountain towering at Hisui's center.
So Laventon seems to suggest that Hisuian Typhlosion's transformation is to do with Mount Cornet, which is really odd. There are a couple of ties to ghost Pokemon and the Cornet Highlands. For example, Rotom can be organically found in a gravesite near there, as well as a bunch of other ghost Pokemon. And on top of that, Mount Cornet has ties to the Distortion World, where the OG ghost resides, Giratina. But I don't think any of those things have to do with this. In fact, I think Professor Laventon is mistaken, because there is one more entry about Hisuian Typhlosion, but it's not in the game. It's on the Pokemon website. Flavor text written by the creators of Pokemon themselves.
In addition to having very graceful and refined movements, Hisuian Typhlosion has a very relaxed disposition. It can often be seen staring into space. At such times, it is thought to be looking at the flow of life energy and spirits. It will occasionally eat wayward spirits, but it is believed that the spirits consumed this way are then purified by the Pokemon's flames and returned to where they belong.
Okay, that's just the first half. I'm going to get to the second half in a minute. But look at that. Eating wayward spirits. That actually kind of ties into the story of Hisui and Legends Arceus, because in the games, the way that you access the Pokemon Spiritomb is by collecting 108 wayward spirits. Little fire willow-wisp type orbs that are across the map. And the fact that they look kind of like, not just like spirits, but also flame spirits, not even remotely dissimilar from the ones that Hisuian Typhlosion attacks with, makes you kind of wonder, are these the spirits that Typhlosion eats? But it gets even better, and this is the thing that a guy named Steven pointed out to me that I love.
It attacks using 108 ghost flames. Hisuian Typhlosion is usually gentle and pacifistic. However, once angered, it loses control of its emotions and incinerates opponents until not even ashes remain. It emits ghost flames said to number as many as 108 from fires around its neck. These flames attack all of the opponents, adopting the countenance of ferocious beasts.
108 angry spirits that look like the spirits you collect around the map for Spiritomb, the Pokemon that's known for being made up of 108 spirits. That's not there by accident. 108 is a very specific number. Pokemon knew exactly what they were implying. Even the shiny of Hisuian Typholsion takes on the blue coat that the shiny Spiritomb has. There's a relationship here for sure. So what is that relationship? Well, a guy named Steven suggests that what it's doing is it's eating the Spiritomb's spirits to try and purify them, and any that it can't eat ultimately then become Spiritombs and are bound to the odd keystone. I like that. I like that, and the extra presence of all these spirits in the Hisui region specifically, which is why Typhlosion evolves this way in Hisui, might be the result of the distortion world opening up, or space-time distortions, allowing the distortion world and the realm of Giratina, the realm of ghosts, to interact with the real world. Maybe that's why there's all these spirits about. But I have another sort of idea. What if it is simply more biological than that? That this is just part of the life cycle of Hisuian Typhlosion? That it uses its high emotions, its anger, to push out these 108 angry spirits. And then once it calms down, it refuels its own fire just by re-eating those spirits when it encounters them. But if it's unable to re-eat its own spirits, maybe a Hisuian Typhlosion can only eat the spirits that it produces, and so there's always an exact 108 number around should something happen to Typhlosion before it's able to go around and eat those spirits, and those spirits then become wayward and head out across the Hisui region, sometimes causing trouble for the people of Hisui who become a vessel like Vesa. And so the people of Hisui have made these odd keystones as a way of binding these odd leavings of Typhlosions into one new entity. So actually, whether Spiritomb belongs next to Typhlosion on the Tree of Evolution or in the human-made section is up for debate, but I'll leave that debate to you in the comments down below. I'm going to be working on the tree a lot over the next 9 months to try and produce a new Tree of Evolution with an updated thing, and I might even sort of redo the entire series in one big video to go out at the end of the year. So I'm really excited for that. If there's any changes that you want to see or anything you want me to talk about that maybe I haven't talked about already in that series, I know it's one of the most popular things on this channel. I love working on it, and with a new generation of Pokemon comes the perfect time to develop it further.
Oh, and as for why and how I missed this clear connection between these two Pokemon, it's because Hisuian Typhlosion's entry on the website didn't appear until after the games came out, which means I was already deep playing the games and this lore wasn't there. I wonder what else I'll find.
Also, if you watch this far, hi, secret audience. Not the majority of the people who watch my videos make it this far, so I just wanted to say to you, thank you for allowing me to do what I do. I really, really appreciate it, especially those of you who are able to support over on Patreon. Patreon, by the way, is like a subscription service. I've got a couple perks that I give out. It's never expected, but always appreciated and always linked in the description, as well as credits to the Patreons every month. So thank you for the support. And of course, soar high, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.
As always, a huge thank you to those of you supporting me on Patreon, including the big patrons of this month, Jedruben and Michael Hornshoe. Thank you so much.